Guess I'll risk.
Risk what?
That's what happened when it told me I couldn't watch anymore.
Oh.
I went out to get a picture.
Gotcha.
That's not going to happen. I know.
I'm it's awful.
I'm so close to burning everything down.
One day it's gonna be our last video, and not even we will know when that is.
Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
This is So I'm Watching Sirens, Season 1, Episode 1.
Exile.
This is a weird show.
Yeah, so far, I don't have a handle on it.
No.
Yet.
So, literally, just lay it all on the table. I'm watching it because it's called Sirens.
Yeah.
I saw Megan Fahey.
Yeah, these women.
No, but I follow Megan because I love her because she was fantastic on Season 2 of White Lotus.
And I really liked the Bold Type.
Mm-hmm.
And the White Lotus.
And then I saw it's called Sirens, and I did watch the trailer, but I didn't really retain much of anything from it.
I don't think it matters because it didn't. I'm not sure that the trailer was
properly.
Yeah,
I don't understand what it is. It is funny. But it's like dark.
Yeah,
and it's mysterious. I don't know if I think there's gonna be any actual.
I don't think there's gonna be any actual supernatural.
I feel like I'm going to wish there was, but if there was, I feel like it would be premise shattering.
Sure. Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes. So we are also doing watch-alongs. If you want to go to the Patreon, you can watch the show with us. We had a little snafu at the beginning because the audio was
try and cut it out.
Totally off on Netflix, but he's going to try to sync it up, so we're good. But I did say while we were watching that I was like, I feel like I'm going to be disappointed at the end of this.
I do too.
Because I'm not sure what, in the first place, I don't know what wrap up I want.
No.
And I don't know what wrap up would be satisfying. And this is to be fair, after only one episode. So
but with each subsequent piece of information I've gotten about it, I feel further away from it.
Yeah.
Because it's only, when you said it was only 5 episodes, that doesn't feel like enough. And then you said it was based on a play, which is inconceivable to me. What we watched was a play?
Yeah. So, it's called Elemento P.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I haven't read the synopsis. I don't plan to because I don't want to, know a lot about it.
It's interesting. It's beautiful. Megan Fahey is Devon.
Yes.
And Millie Alcott is her sister Simone. And their mother died, and their father has early onset dementia. Yeah. And they were in foster care at one point?
Well, Millie Alcock was in foster care at one point. Simone was in foster care. I think Devon was old enough, but she had to go into foster care until she could get custody. That's what she was telling Ethan?
Glenn Howerton.
Yeah, wonderfully cast. Glenn Howerton.
I love him. And this is interesting because it's not like It's Always Sunny. He seems...
I don't know. He does have a boat.
Because of the implication.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say he seems straightforward. And so in that regard, I don't trust it. I was trusting it at first.
Well, he is also then involved in this weird birds of prey cult thing that's happening.
Is it? Were we meant to take? Because I was thinking that was just Devon being. Okay, I don't know. I can't find my footing.
Sure,
I don't know who because I don't trust Devon.
You literally were like, I think I'm going to be in trouble because I'm not on Devon's side.
No,
because she's not playing ball, basically.
It's just okay. So their father has early onset dementia, and I guess she's been trying to get Simone to help, and Simone is just ignoring her, and. So in that regard, if this show was about that, then yes, I'm on Devon's side.
Yeah.
But the show I'm watching is about sirens. So it's like she's just sort of a stick in the mud. Or she's not a stick in the mud.
Yeah.
But she's just bucking the system in a way that feels, like I said, deliberately obtuse.
Okay,
I was like, why are you behaving like you don't...
Yeah.
I understand that she doesn't agree with what's happening, but she's behaving like she doesn't comprehend what's happening.
I hear you. I think the issue, and it's like, because Devon is being, quote-unquote unlikable, I think the issue is that Simone is not acting like herself,
Mhm.
which she says to
Okay, so then I guess
Jordan at the end.
So then I guess the cult thing is a potential. I thought that was just her being.
Well,
glib.
when she was talking to Jordan, the second man she had sex with on a boat. Different boats as well.
Relatable is all I'm gonna say.
I mean, both of those guys can get it. She said she gets lost in people.
Mm-hmm.
She lets herself get lost in people. And so because of, the vast amount of TV shows and movies I've watched in my life, I know that we're supposed to be
on her side.
Devin is the hero of this so far, despite her own issues. And so it's like, I'm taking her at face value when she's like, this is what Simone is like. I can that wasn't her today. I don't know what's going on. Like, this is crazy. She is going about it the wrong way by not just like, sure, man, give me a fucking Lily Pulitzer dress and I'll come in there and I'll cosplay with the best of them. She's
just be quiet.
She's like fighting against it. But I think she's expecting Simone to be like, no, I know it's like totally lame, but I'm getting paid really good money to be here, kind of a thing.
Oh,
but she's not.
Yeah.
Simone, she's gone. Yeah. Simone has left the building, presumably. So we'll see.
And again, like I said, that is. I'm curious to see what these next 4 episodes are going to be like, because I'm in on the cult. It's like, that's the part that
You just want that house.
Yeah. Well, so I like, who's the second guy that she slept with on the boat?
His name is Jordan.
I like him. Yeah. He is a necessary and important grounding force for me.
Yeah.
If we hadn't had him, I think I would still feel awash.
Very unmoored, to use a boat pun.
Yeah.
He is Ethan Glenn Howerton's assistant. Or boat captain, I guess, not assistant.
So, okay.
Yeah.
And so Simone was hooking up with Ethan all summer, and she tried to end it.
Well, she just was like, this summer romance is coming to an end anyway. And he was like, what the fuck?
He's gotta be married or something, right?
I don't think so. Maybe? I mean, he's definitely not married to Michaela.
Yeah.
Because her husband is Julianne Moore's husband is Kevin Bacon, which is fantastic. So yeah, I don't think. I know he could be married. I don't know. But I feel like then Jordan would have said something to Devin. So I don't know.
Yeah. Michaela is wealthy.
Like billions.
What did she do?
So she used to be a lawyer, and now she does all of this like Birds of Prey charity stuff. But Peter,
and her husband's a venture capitalist.
Yes, and so that's where the majority of the money is now.
I really liked the Birds of Prey starting, the opening, and I liked Michaela Kiki.
Kikikins.
I liked her taking Barnaby out.
Now I want fucking pancakes.
I liked her taking Barnaby out. I didn't trust it the whole time.
No.
Even when they were showing him flying around, I didn't trust it. I was like, I don't know. I don't feel good about this.
I think there might be something wrong with her.
She might be a siren.
Well, no, but I don't think for real is the thing. Although she did have
just how little are these women?
Yeah, she did have that really menacing talk with Devin out in the cliffs, and she was like, "It makes me feel like Moby Dick times," which is like an insane thing to say. And then also like, I can always
somebody shots of her staring into a mirror.
And I can't stop thinking about all those sailors crashing into the rocks, all the blood, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, lady.
And so the Barnaby part coming back was really upsetting.
Yeah, smashing into the windows.
I appreciated it a lot because it was something happening.
Yeah,
and it was a swing, and it was even filmed in kind of a garish way.
And the end of it was very like The Birds.
Yeah, it got artificial, and it got very like. Because Devin's on the boat with Jordan, and she's looking through the telescope, and then Kiki / Michaela is holding Barnaby like this in the window, and it was like this weird tableau, and I don't know, I'm a little bit more of that, maybe?
I have a prediction right now. We are going to feel about this a lot like we felt about that Netflix show First Blood, about the lesbian vampire.
I think this is a little bit better.
I think it's better, but I feel like that's how, like, by the end of it, we're going to be like, what the shit was that?
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love if it got weirder.
Yeah.
I don't know what I expect, though. Devin either is a nymphomaniac or she has Tourette's or something, because that would explain. She has like compulsive behavior.
Yeah.
Just across the board.
Uh-huh.
And then there was the scene where so Oscar is like Jose. Like Jose.
Yeah.
Is like an employee, and he helped her by taking her to the place where the employee, I keep wanting to say servants because I'm watching The Gilded Age, and
they are servants.
No, I know, but that terminology I think is outdated and borderline offensive.
Servant is, I mean, these are servants. It's like when we talk about when can we say hooker and when do we have to say sex worker, and I'm like, those are servants. But yes, the staff.
The staff, there you go. That's the word. He like showed her the one place where they can smoke,
because there's no cameras
too. I'm not a smoker either, and that was insane.
No, not being able to smoke on the boat I kind of get, because there's lots of electricity and like gasoline and
lots of people,
fumes and people. But again, she was outside. It was still outside.
I was part of like, can she go to the back? Yeah. And the other thing is that, like, I could even go as far as to say it would be reasonable that she just can't like be standing out in the front yard smoking.
Yeah,
like I could get that, but I'm like, there needs to be, like, in Disney World, there's like a garden you can go in.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That was bizarre. But anyways, so Kiki is giving her $10,000 to leave, which I agree with you.
Okay. All right. We have to start at the start. We're going to get there because I have so much to say. Okay, we're going to start at the start. So Devin is getting out of jail for the night for some reason, and she gets home, and there is that's like a $200 edible arrangement. It's like a huge edible arrangement. She got the pineapple flowers. There's a bunch of strawberries in there. It's a pretty good one. So she goes inside, she talks to her dad, and she's like, she realizes that the edible arrangement is from Simone, and she takes the edible arrangement from Buffalo to what we are supposed to be assuming is the very tippy tip of the Hamptons. And she finds Simone, and she is like, I tell you that dad has early onset dementia, and you send me a fucking fruit basket? Absolutely not. And she's like throwing it all over the place. First of all, that is an insane thing to do when you find out your dad has early onset dementia. And so then we get into the whole thing. She puts her in the guest house. She tells her not to, but I love the humor, like the comedy of her traveling the entire state of New York with a huge, bigger than her, a huge edible arrangement. She stashes her in the guest house, but then she gets out because she's trying to go smoke, and that's when she goes to the staff quarter or the staff area where there's no cameras, they can smoke, and they can eat carbs because carbs are forbidden on the property ahead of Labor Day weekend.
But there better be carbs at the party. Like, I
don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
None that aren't liquid, probably. Fucking regardless. So she ends up going back to the house, which is where she meets Ethan. I love that he just, because it didn't actually seem in like a huge dickish way, but he did just like huck his keys at her because he thought she was the valet. She is not dressed appropriately for any job inside this house.
Well, but the funny thing was when the valet started coming up, they were in like black shorts.
Well.
So it was like.
And he was like, you have a whimsical hairdo. So he thought she was like a kitchen or like a cater waiter or whatever. Very funny. All of that stuff is very darkly funny. And I like all of that. Anyway, she gets back inside. Everyone is wearing just the most Hamptons clothes you can imagine. Like I already said, Lily Pulitzer, he's wearing a jacket embroidered with ducks. There's just lots of bold florals, but not bold, boring florals, like really boring florals that like 50-year-old women would wear.
This show has everything. Bold florals, cavernous insides, a menorah, gin lions. Like,
okay.
it just kept adding.
No, Jen Lyon, so good. Her name is Chloe with no H. Chloe. Chloe. I sort of hate that, actually. Like, I wish it was Cleo.
I would just be like, Chloe.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is, and I missed it. So anyway, Devin kind of makes a scene inside, but not until she tells...
That was the one constant.
Yeah. Not until she tells Ethan a bunch of stuff about their childhood, including the foster care, and that she's from Buffalo, and that they were, like, really poor, which he seems to not be upset about, but he is sort of like, why didn't you tell me all that? And like, I thought you were a Yale girl. And she very rightly was like, poor people could go to Yale too, bro. So after she makes that scene, that's when they take her to the cliff, and Millie comes up as well, but it's like she's been replaced with a pod, or sorry, yeah, Simone comes up, but it's like she's been replaced with a pod person, because she doesn't even have like the normal amount of emotion she has when she's around Kiki normally. And she doesn't speak like at all. And Kiki hands Devin a check for $10,000 because caring for aging parents is so hard. And I was like, you are a billionaire. $10,000 is nothing. Also, I'd
be like, so this is for me to leave.
How
and then
much
on top of like
to care for our father, because this bitch won't do anything. $10,000 is nothing, because he could live years still. $10,000 is what it's going to cost to get a nurse for like 3 months, maybe. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that really stuck with me, because I was like, $10,000 is not enough of a payoff.
It was too much to be as not enough as it was.
Right. Like if it was $5,000, I would be like, no, I'm not taking this.
I don't know. Yeah. It was like,
I feel like 100 is the floor. Like, I don't know. That was really bizarre. So it was like, you take this check, we've got you a room at the inn in town, and you're on a flight tomorrow to go home.
And it was Jose. I said Oscar. It was
Jose.
Yeah. So he is one of the only, like, so far there's 3 men in this show that I like. 3 people in the show that I like, and they're all men. Don't get me wrong. Love the women, but that's like a whole other
It's a different
thing.
The characters are not very likable, but the women are.
And she like hugged him and then like nestled into him and then licked him.
Yeah.
And then was very like, oh, sorry, it's just a thing I do. And so in that regard, I'm like, licking people or impulse control?
Sure.
There's evidence of both.
Yeah. She said she's texting a therapist about it because going to therapy is too expensive, which true. And so then she goes inside and she gets a call from her dad
that she takes like loudly in the lobby, where I'm like, were you raised in a well, I mean,
yeah, I don't really know. I'm just sort of like, that was a little strange to me, because so many times on TV shows like this, they're having conversations like that in public places and the other people don't seem to notice anything at all. And
but we had multiple shots of other people
I know.
Noticing.
That's why I thought it was a little strange. So there's got to be a point to it. But also she was doing it right by the doors, where I was just like, go outside. Go outside. I don't understand.
And then she got this amazing fringe dress.
Oh my God.
And like,
I loved that she charged it to the room because they were taking care of her like room charges and everything. That was very special for me.
And that's when she met
Jordan.
I'm having a hard time with him.
They were doing a basically like lying to get each other into bed kind of thing. And he took her back to his boat, which turns out it's Ethan's boat. And yeah, they fooled around, but then he brought her a sweatshirt, and it turns out it's Simone's sweatshirt. And I guess it's got to be a Buffalo place. And so he came clean. It's actually Ethan's boat. He is the captain of the boat, but he was like, we were both lying though, right? Your name's not really Christina. And she was like, nope, you're right. But then they seem to actually like be just getting along and like snuggling. And
then that's when the whole Barnaby thing
happened. That's when, Barnaby.
We did gloss over it a little bit, but the bulk of the cult allegations were at the party. Kiki like opened with like a prayer poem chant.
Yeah, but it's like the way that Ethan specifically was like, I feel like he said the word, if it wasn't prophet, it was something like that. And it was like, we always open with this or whatever. And I was like, that's weird. That's a red flag for sure. So.
And Michaela's name is Michaela, but Simone calls her Kiki.
Yeah, which is a very big honor, apparently.
Yeah, so it's like a title, maybe?
I think it's just a kind of
just
a nickname.
A nickname?
Yeah. It's not a nickname I've ever heard for someone named Michaela, but...
And then Michaela is sexting, presumably her husband.
I can't decide if it's Peter. I heard them say something about someone named Tom, but then we didn't hear that again.
And he's leaving her on red.
Yeah.
But no, we ended with the bird thing, which again, that was very strange. So that, I mean, that's kind of it. And this poster is nanners. Like, I kind of just look. Do you want to just go? You want to just go into the next one?
Yeah, let's just do it.
Let's just go to the next one. I don't know. Are we on an island? Like, is anyone else having a weird time with this?
I'm so curious if anybody else is even watching this. So that's my first question.
I would love for it to be good and be having a moment, but also, so.
All right, we'll see.